welcome to my channel, Andra Makes. I have a super fun video for you today. I'm going to be showing you all the McCall's patterns I made in 2022. I thought that would be a fun way to do my recap videos this time, showing what I made in 2022 by pattern company. So I'll have one for the Simplicity patterns I made, Quick Sew, Butterick, New Look, Indie patterns. I think that's all. So be looking for those, but today it's all about McCall's, and I'll be showing you the pattern envelope, and then I'll show you the garment on a hanger, and then I'll insert a picture of me wearing it where I have one. There's a couple that I don't, but I'll direct you to where you can see me in it. So let's get started. The first one is McCall's 4461. This is a pattern from 1975. And it's a collab I did with my sweet friend Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. I will link her channel in the description box. Any YouTuber I mention, I will link their channels in the description box. But here's the envelope cover. It's Marlo Thomas. And we made this view, sort of. We agreed that we can make our take on this pattern, so be sure and check out Jen's. Hers is gorgeous, but I did mine a little differently, and here it is. I made mine more of a tunic length. I just shortened it, obviously, and then I did a cowl neck instead of a hoodie. And this fabric is either from Joann or Hobby Lobby, and it is a double brushed poly. Oh, and I also forgot to say, I'm not going to go into tremendous detail about these garments because I have dedicated videos for most of these garments already on my channel, and I will link those in the description box. And I don't want this video to be too long. And speaking of which, I want to thank everyone who voted in my poll that I posted on my community tab. And if you haven't voted yet, you still can. It's still there. But what length videos that you like to watch. I found that so interesting. So I don't want this one to be too long, so I'm not going to go into tremendous detail. Okay, the next pattern is McCall's 5054, and I made View D, the one the model's wearing, that tiered skirt. And this was part of my Make 9 2022 challenge. And here it is, and the fabric is a crinkle rayon, I believe, and then also I alternated it with linen fabric. And the fabric's from Joann. And then there's McCall's 6665, and this is from 1962, and this was part of my Make 9 2022 challenge also. If you're not familiar, I sewed a pattern from each of the past 9 decades, from the 40s all the way through the 2020s, and I will link that playlist in the description box also. But here's the pattern envelope. It's a super fun wrap skirt, and what's different about it is the wrap part is in the back instead of the front. And here it is, and this fabric is a vintage sheet I got from a thrift store. Pretty sure it's from the 70s. And then there's McCall's 6796, and I made View A. Sleeveless turtleneck. And here it is. You recognize the fabric. This is what I had left over from the tunic I made in my collab that I did with Jen. And then this one, I didn't make it in 2022, but I refashioned it in 2022. And it's McCall's 6697. And I had initially made this dress, but I knew I wouldn't wear it, so I cut off the bodice portion and turned it into a skirt. And here it is, and I just added this sparkly elastic waistband that I got from Joann, and then both of these fabrics came from Joann also. And then there's McCall's 7630. I have made 3 of these different views. One was from 2021, so I'm just going to show you the 2022 ones I made. But let me find them here. I made this one in 2021, and then I made these two. Sorry about that. In 2022, the tie front short sleeve, and then this one with the super fun sleeves. And here's the one with the tie front. And this is a lyocell, I think, fabric, and I got it from Joann. This has been one of my most worn makes in spring and summer, early fall for 2022. It's just so versatile. As you can see, the color and the style. And then here's the other one I made. This is a tablecloth that I got from a thrift store, and it already had the tassels on it. And this was what I made for the Sew Upcycle challenge this year. You can see those super fun sleeves and then the tassels I was able to use. Okay, and then there's McCall's 6963, but this has been rebranded and is now a butterick pattern. So I may put this in my butterick video also, I'm not sure. But it's this really pretty drape neck top, and I made the one with the 3/4 sleeves. And I am actually wearing it. I don't have a picture of me in it, so I wore it for you, but it's in this really pretty jewel tone double brush poly that I got from Joann. You can see the pretty neckline there, and then the 3/4 sleeves. And then there's McCall's 7331. This is a wardrobe pattern, and I have made all the looks on here except the cardigan, and I do want to make the cardigan. This is a Nancy Zeman pattern. It's drafted beautifully, but here it is. And I have made two of these tops and the pants. And I don't have a picture of me wearing the pants, but I'm wearing them for you today. So I'm going to show you the tops I made, and then I'll get up on the step behind me so you can see the pants. Oh, I just realized it has a skirt also, and I haven't made the skirt yet. But here's one of the tops I made, and I actually lengthened the sleeve to be long sleeves. The pattern is just 3/4, and this is a rib knit that I got from Joann. And this has been one of my most worn makes for fall and winter this year. Just the color and the style is so versatile. But I think it's so neat to see how often that you wear your me-mades. And I have been reaching for this a ton this fall and winter. And I don't have a picture of me wearing this, but I am wearing it in my February month of Sundays from February 2022, and I will link that video in the description box if you'd like to see what it looks like on. And then here's the other top I made. I made this as is with a 3/4 length sleeve, and this was a thrift flip. This fabric was a dress that I got from a thrift store, so I took the dress apart and used the fabric to make this top, and then I attached it to this already tiered skirt that I got from a thrift store. That thrift flip was so fun. I'll put a link to it in the description box if you didn't see it, but I think it turned out really well. And then here are the pants from that McCall's Nancy Zeman pattern. And I used a sort of pale purple lavenderish color cotton knit fabric that I got from Joann. And this pattern is so nice and tailored. And you could dress these up or down, but I think the fit is so lovely on these. And then I have another refashion for you. I used the bodice portion of McCall's 7991. I used this bodice portion, and I made my take on a Sirocco jumpsuit by Deer and Doe. I'd been seeing that pattern, and then it just hit me that I had two patterns that I could combine to get a look that's pretty close. And here it is. This is the bodice portion from that dress pattern I just showed you, and then I attached it to some butterick pants that I'll be showing in my butterick recap video. So I'm so pleased with how that turned out, and I have a video dedicated to this also that I'll link in the description box. And then there's McCall's 9104. This is from a collab I did with my good friend Sarah from Naughty Gnome Crafts, where we each sewed a vintage pattern. I believe this one's from 1984. I forgot to look before I started recording, and I don't have my readers on, but I think it is. And I have a video all about it, and I'll link Sarah's channel in the description box. But I made this jumpsuit. Super fun. And here it is. This is a cotton lawn fabric, and I got it from Spoonflower. It's hard to see what it looks like on the hanger, obviously, with a jumpsuit, but it has this fun tie that goes around the neck and a tapered leg. Oh, and I think I forgot to say about this one, this fabric was given to me by my friend Trisha. So thank you, Trisha. And then there's McCall's 8085, and this is what I made for the Little Red Dress project this year, although I tweaked the pattern a little bit. I made this view, sort of. I used this length, and I still use the ruffle on the bottom, and then I added a flounce from a butterick pattern to the sleeve to change it up a little bit. And here it is, and this is an ITY that I got from Zuloof Fabrics, and I used my $75 gift card that I won in a challenge earlier this year to get this fabric. I didn't use, the fabric wasn't $75, but my gift card was for $75, and you can see the flounce there that I added, and the flounce on the bottom. So those are all the McCall's patterns I sewed in 2022. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye!